Hi, my name is Ken. I've been going to this church for as long as I can remember, and this is my testimony. I wrote it as a letter to God, and it talks about my personal experiences with God at the center. Dear God, my walk with you began in my childhood. My parents brought me to church every Sunday for as long as I can remember. I accepted you into my heart one Sunday after church when I was about 5. Even though I had no clue what life you'd have in store for me. But I knew Jesus was very real to me, and you would have me in your hands through my life. As I grew up, you taught me the importance of love, compassion, thankfulness, and self-control. But these lessons weren't always easy. In fact, I chose the hard way to learn these lessons nearly every time. Even though my parents told me not to date anyone because I was too young, the rebellious teenager in me thought it was a good idea anyway. I started dating a girl in 8th grade, and that summer changed my whole life. She didn't tell me until a month prior, but she had to move to Florida that summer. I told her and myself that long distance wouldn't be a big deal. However, as the days passed on, doubts quickly crept in, and I couldn't see the relationship lasting. When I broke up with her, she already wasn't in a good place mentally. She had been stressed out already from moving across the country from everything she knew, and she quickly turned to clinical depression and suicidal thoughts. I had no idea what was going on until I received texts about a month later detailing the scene of her attempted suicide. Follow-up texts told me everything I needed to know about myself. I'm horrible, I'm a failure, I am to blame, and I believed all of it. In the moment, I did not have the words to say back to her, but you did. All I could do to respond to her harsh messages was to share your love. Looking back, I can see you working through even the darkest of times. And I know you are good even more because of that. Even though my initial response was with love and kindness towards her, it was impossible for me to forgive myself. After this incident, I fell into the addiction of self-harm. Every time I would think about her, I had visions and dreams, awake or asleep, that would send me spiraling deeper into depression. For a while, the crutch to my depression was found. Gosh. Sorry. For a while, the crutch to my depression was found in another girlfriend during high school. She wasn't perfect, but helped the best she could. My mistake was putting her at the center of my life instead of you. The first few weeks into college, she broke up with me, and I was broken once again. As strange as it seemed, I felt comfortable there. I had messed up, and I was paying the penalty that I deserved. I was taking the blame because I thought blame was due. But you said no. You said, "Let me take that. I have already paid the price." As many times as I said no to you, you still chased me down. I have known you all my life, but I have struggled with knowing you in my heart and accepting Jesus' sacrifice on the cross. I cried out, "The God of the universe sent his Son to die for my sins. Why is that not enough for me?" I am still sometimes haunted by the images, the thoughts of suicide and self-loathing. The words she said to me will never leave my memory, but I also know that you will never leave me nor forsake me, O God. As a man living for you, I admit that I still struggle. A year ago, I was living alone, away from friends and family, stressed from a job I felt unqualified to do, and these thoughts crept back up. I first ignored the problem. I tried to cover it up with alcohol and partying, tried smoking and lighting incense, which all just increased my anxieties while I was away from these poor excuses as a replacement for you. I eventually chose to see a faith-based counselor, probably too late, to help me talk out my problems. She diagnosed me with PTSD, which helps me understand now what was happening with all the panic attacks and visions that I was having. The latter half of that summer, I was having a continued episode. Insomnia and paranoia set in, and I realized I would be unable to lift myself out this time, so I had to place my full trust in you. Even through the entrapment of my anxieties, I remember your loving kindness, and I am thankful for your mercies every day. In recent years, I've changed my mind and said the God of the universe has sent his Son to die for my sins, and that is enough for me. I'm not perfect, but I know you're perfect. I remember, and I am thankful. This is a Psalm of David. I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard my cry. He drew me up from the pit of destruction, out of the miry bog, and set my feet upon a rock, making my steps secure. He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to our God. Many will see and fear and put their trust in the Lord. Blessed is the man who makes the Lord his trust, who does not turn to the proud, to those who go astray after a lie. You have multiplied, O Lord my God, your wondrous deeds and your thoughts toward us. No one can compare with you. I will proclaim and tell of them, yet they are more than can be told. In sacrifice and offering you have not delighted, but you have given me an open ear. Burnt sin and sin offering you have not required. Then I said, Behold, I have come. In the scroll of the book it is written of me. I delight to do your will, O my God. Your law is within my heart. I have told the glad news of deliverance in the great congregation. Behold, I have not restrained my lips, as you know, O Lord. I have not hidden your deliverance within my heart. I have spoken of your faithfulness and your salvation. I have not concealed your steadfast love and your faithfulness from the great congregation. As for you, O Lord, you will not restrain your mercy from me. Your steadfast love and your faithfulness will ever preserve me. For evils have encompassed me beyond number. My iniquities have overtaken me, and I cannot see. They are more than the hairs on my head. My heart fails me. Be pleased, O Lord, to deliver me. O Lord, make haste to help me. Let those be put to shame and disappointed altogether, who seek to snatch away my life. Let those who turn back and brought to dishonor, who delight in my hurt. Let those be appalled because of their shame, who say to me, Aha, aha. But may all who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. May those who love your salvation say continually, Great is the Lord. As for me, I am poor and needy, but the Lord takes thought for me. You are my help and my deliverer. Do not delay, O my God. Psalm 40.